So namaste, everyone. Welcome to Yoga for Stress Relief. So my name is Patti, and I'm going to guide you through practice. But since this is the first time we're really doing this virtually, I'd like to just take a moment to talk about our setup for practice here. As you can see, I've kind of got some things set up around me that bring me comfort in my space. And if you have the availability while we're all at home to create that space for yourself, I encourage you to do that. That will help to bring just some comfort in a time when we really need it. I'm lucky in this space. I have a nice little altar set up. I have all my things that make me feel wonderful and good there. I encourage you to draw that in to any one of these practices that we do. Tonight, for our breathing practice, I'm going to sit on something comfortable. And if you want, you can have a blanket, some blocks. And I also brought in some eye pillows for our Shavasana. And I'm just going to take this one washcloth here and just kind of demonstrate something you can do at home with a little essential oil. I'm just going to dab it on the inside here of the washcloth. And then I'm just going to fold the edges for that so that when we go into Shavasana, the oil will be on the inside and you can place this on forehead if you like. I'm just going to move that out of the space. So now that we've kind of talked about the setup of class, I'm going to read our waiver. So in order to make these classes as freely accessible as possible to our participants, we will be using a verbal warning and assumption of risk at the beginning of class. Participation in this online class is voluntary. Physical activity programs may result in injury, and by participating, you are assuming the risk that may result from your participation. We strongly recommend that you participate from a space that is suitable for this activity. For example, make sure that you have moved nearby furniture or potential hazards. And if you are participating in a yoga class or a class that involves laying on the floor, we recommend using a mat. Or if you don't have one, a carpeted area. Participants are encouraged to stop if they experience pain or injury and should seek medical advice and care as needed. William & Mary Health and Wellness strongly recommends that each participant have an annual physical exam and follow the advice of your healthcare provider before participating. So now with all of that being said, we're going to settle into a comfortable seated position. And know throughout practice today, any pose that you settle in that feels right for you is fine for you. And as we move through practice, most of the poses in practice today are designed that you could also do them Yin style if you need to, allowing yourself a little more time to explore. So if you're seated in Sukhasana, easy pose, just make sure that the knees are below the hips. Wherever you're at, allowing the sits bones to settle in. I'm going to make some movement here on meditation cushion just to be sure that I'm pressing down equally into the sits bones. Beginning wherever you're at to draw awareness into the core and just start a gentle lift of the core. That feeling of the navel lifting up towards the rib cage. Make sure that the shoulders are over the hips and the chin is neutral. And then just take a moment here as you draw your awareness into the physical body. Where is the physical body at this point in the day? And just allow yourself a moment to explore with curiosity. Allowing yourself to notice the spaces that feel really awesome, as well as the spaces that might hold tension or be in discomfort. We spend so much time looking at those spaces that are negative within the body. Let's take some time today to look at the spaces that also feel great. Even if it's just your pinky finger or pinky toe, it might be the tip of your nose. And then allow yourself to draw awareness to your breath. Just noticing the natural rhythm of your breath. You're not doing anything to change the breath. Notice everything about the breath today. Notice the depth and length. Notice the qualities of the breath as you breathe in, the temperature, the texture. As you breathe out, the temperature and the texture. And then just staying in this natural rhythm of breath for a moment. Allow yourself to move into that energetic space of the mind. Noticing what's going on in the mind space. But then allowing yourself to just be the observer of the thoughts. Letting the thoughts move by. Allowing yourself to stay in this present moment. And then come back to the breath. Now, in your next inhale, see if you can start to deepen your inhale. Lengthen your exhale. Allowing yourself to just expand the breath, building the breath. Taking your time to expand here. If it feels right on your next round, to start to expand the moment's breath. So at the top of the inhale, bottom of the exhale, go ahead there. Working your way through this Viloma or box breath. Taking your time to stay in this present moment. Not rushing the breath. Take a few rounds at your deepest inhale, your longest moment in breathless, your longest exhale, your longest moments in breathless. And then just settle back into a rhythm that feels just really good for you right now. You may have noticed as you lengthened the spine and expanded the breath. The breath is maybe And then as we move into alternate nostril breathing, drawing awareness into the right hand. We're gonna take that right hand and make an L with the index finger pointing up and the thumb out. We're gonna leave the middle ring and or pinky down in the hand. And we're gonna draw awareness to the right side of the nose. We're gonna close the right nostril with the right thumb, and we're gonna inhale through the left nostril. When we get to the top of the inhale, we're gonna take the index finger and close the left nostril, exhale out through the right side. Inhale through the right side. Close the right nostril, exhale through the left side. One round, continuing at your pace. Inhaling through the left, closing the left, exhaling through the right. Inhaling through the right, closing the right, exhaling through the left. Continue at your pace here, moving through the breath, expanding if you so desire, staying at a pace that feels right for you. We're going to be here for about 2 minutes. Trying to keep your awareness as best you can on the breath. Remembering to stay in the moment. Noting the inhales and the exhales to yourself, if that helps. We're halfway done. Making your way into your last round. Noting you will finish with an exhale out the left side. And then releasing the hand from the nose. Just come into a rhythm of breathing that just feels right for you here. Noting if you need to blow your nose, grabbing a tissue, go ahead and do that. And then as you're ready, with your breath, settling into almost a whisper ujjayi. The sound can be slightly audible, but not building a whole lot of heat in the body. As we move through asana practice today, I'll continue to remind us to come back to this whisper ujjayi. As we make our practice today as mindful as possible. Knowing that as we do things in that mindful manner, we're helping to boost our immune system, keeping our awareness within. Couple more rounds here of breath. settling into that rhythm. And then as you're ready, making your way to tabletop. So from whatever seated pose you're in, releasing any props that you may have, putting them along the side of your mat, making sure if you're going to use some blocks that they're along the mat where you can reach them or need them. And then removing anything else that might be in the way for right now. Starting to set up that tabletop. Let's just take a minute here and draw awareness into the hands. Let's come up onto those finger pads and just let the hands rest here. And then drawing awareness into the fingers. Start to slide the fingers out. Spreading the fingers wide, drawing down all the fingers to the mat. Allow yourself to shift the weight forwards, backwards, side to side, with hands. And find that place where the weight is resting in the space behind the four fingers. And then draw your awareness to your knee. Ensure that under steps. And then take that quick peek between your legs. Make sure you don't see your feet. And then draw your awareness to the tops of your feet. Press the tops of your feet into the floor. Feel that core lift and engage. Gaze is down at the mat. Get an external rotation of the shoulders, broadening across the chest. And then start moving through cow, lowering the navel, taking the gaze up, and cat as mindfully as you can, articulating that spine, noticing every one of the vertebrae. See as you move through. If you can take the time to identify each vertebrae, letting it tell you its story today. After a few rounds, and once you have that full awareness, adding in any organic movement here that you might need. Taking your time to find that, whether it be some circles, some figure eights. Maybe it's just moving through cat and cow. Maybe you need some cat or cow bows, lowering the forearms down. Maybe it feels right to come back up onto those finger pads, moving through, taking the movement that feels right for you. Make sure if you go one direction, you add in the opposite direction, just equalizing out the body. And then after your next round, you're going to make your way back to tabletop. From here, you're just going to feel your strength in tabletop. You're going to make this a very active tabletop. See if you can press the tops of the feet in just a little bit more. As you lengthen the spine, you might notice you need to make some minor adjustments. Maybe the hands need to move out just a little bit as you lengthen. One more breath cycle here. And then you're going to draw your big toes together. You're going to sink back into a child's pose here. And this child's pose, you're going to let the hands come down along the side of the body. Do you feel the need to come into a hero's pose here? You're welcome to do that, releasing the wrists however you would like. Allow yourself a moment to just breathe. From this space, as you're ready, allow yourself to reach the arms out in front, making this child's pose more active. See if you can grab with those finger pads one more time. If the forearms are on the mat, allow yourself to grab so much that the lower arms come up off the mat, elbows off the mat. And then from here, see if you can just relax those shoulders just a little bit. Let yourself draw the length from the spine. One more breath cycle here. And then take the hands and walk them over to the right side of your mat. Bump that left hip out. If it feels right after a few breath cycles to take that left hand and place it on top of the right, go ahead and go there. Breathe deeply into that left side of the body. And then on an inhale, walk the hands back to center again. Take the time to notice the difference, left versus right. Keep grabbing those finger pads into the mat. Nice active arms, but let the length come through the spine. Then draw the hands over to that left side of your mat. Take a moment, bump the hip out, start to send the breath into the right side. A few breath cycles here. And then if it feels right, take that right hand, put it on top of the left. Couple more breaths here. And then mindfully moving back to the center. You're going to, from here, tuck your toes, lift your hips, and find a downward dog. Take some time to settle into this dog. Let's take the time to draw awareness into the hands. Let's spread those fingers nice and wide. Those finger pads are grabbing your mat. Come up high onto your toes. Maybe take the gaze back towards your toes for a moment. Make sure that the feet are about hip-width distance apart. And then take the gaze down to the mat so that spine is just naturally falling towards the mat. As you're up high on the toes, maybe start walking your dog a little bit. Bending one knee at a time, lengthening both sides of the body equally here. Taking time to explore this dog. And then finding stillness here. You're going to maybe start to sink the heels down towards the mat. And then drawing awareness into the hands. You're gonna walk the hands mindfully back towards the feet, finding that forward fold. Needs to be to so that the abs and the chest are resting on those quads. Maybe come here and shake the head yes, shake the head no. If it feels right to hold on to opposite elbows, go ahead and go here. And then finding stillness. If you're holding on to opposite elbows, just release. Drawing awareness into the hands. You're gonna just trace the fingers up the shins. Find that tabletop back here. Hug the elbows in. Core is nice and engaged here. Think of the crown of your head as reaching towards the front of your mat as your chin is neutral. If it feels right to start shifting the weight into the front of the feet, go ahead and go there, drawing the hips over the heels. Exhale, release. And then reaching the arms out in front here. Knees are bent, press into the feet. Lift up with a nice flat back. Hands reach up and overhead. Draw the hands through heart center. And set up your mountain. Inhale, lift the arms up and overhead. Exhale, swan dive it forward. Inhale, take a half lift. Exhale, release. Bringing the hands down to the mat. You're going to mindfully walk the hands back out. And you're going to find your downward dog. Settling into this dog maybe a little quicker. And then rolling forward into a plank. Allowing yourself a moment to explore your plank. Get that external rotation of the shoulders, crown of the head reaching. And then lower the knees down. Come onto the tops of the feet. But keep that plank position. Hug the elbows in and lower all the way down to the mat as slow as you can. Third eye is on the mat. Hands underneath the shoulder heads. Hug those elbows in. Exhale all the air out. Inhale, Bandha Cobra. Exhale, release. Press yourselves up into tabletop. Take a round of cow and cat. And then make your way back to tabletop. From here, you're going to draw awareness into that left hand. You're going to bring the left hand to the center of the mat. And then bring the left leg forward, finding a lunge. Maybe, if you'd like, utilizing the blocks or your books to frame that front foot. Make sure that the ankle and the knee are in line here. Nice long spine. If it feels right to sink a little deeper into that hip flexor, go ahead and go there. You're always welcome to come up a little higher if you'd like. And you're always welcome to just do the dynamic movement, rocking back and forth. Finding whatever feels right for you in this low lunge. Wherever you are at, we're all going to meet back in that low lunge. Nice long spine. Hands are framing that left foot. Then you're going to take the left hand, draw it back into the center line here. The left knee is hugging into that elbow. You're welcome to deepen the posture here by coming down onto your forearms, a block, book. You can stack a blanket here. Finding stillness, breathe. Then from this place, you're going to start to heel toe that left foot out towards the outer edge of the mat. When you're ready, bring that knee back, find your tabletop. Move through cow and cat, or cat and cow, whatever your body's telling you to go first. Couple rounds here. Finding stillness, we're going to move right to the other side. So you're going to take the right hand, draw to center. Right leg comes forward. Framing that right foot. We're going to do the same thing on this side. So, all the options. Maybe you're just going to sink a little deeper into the posture. Maybe you're coming up into a low lunge. Maybe you're doing the dynamic movement, rocking back and forth. Wherever you're at, have that beautiful core awareness and that mindfulness. Staying in that beautiful, soft ujjayi you created. Then from this space, we're all going to meet back with the hands framing the foot in that low lunge. We're going to come into that lizard again on this side. So you're going to take the right hand and draw it inside that right foot. That right knee is hugging and then deciding where you're taking it here. Maybe you're coming down onto a block. Maybe you're coming down onto the floor. Yogi's choice here. Taking a couple more breath cycles here. Think about lengthening the spine. Think about drawing that big toe on the left foot back a little further. And then wherever you're at, we're all going to meet back with the hands on the mat. We're going to heel toe that right foot out. So you get to a place where you can draw the foot back, finding your tabletop. Then from this space, we're going to flip the palms over, fingers facing each other. And just take a moment to rock side to side. Maybe make some fists. Maybe draw the thumb to each of the fingers. Just releasing the rest. And then from this space, finding that child's pose. Or Virasana, if that speaks to you. Just checking in, where is the breath? Then as you're ready, you're going to make your way to tabletop. Swinging the legs to either the right or the left, or crossing over at the ankles. You're going to come to seated. And then from here, we're going to get the feet up at the top of your mat and set up a Dandasana here. Taking the time to maybe wiggle the toes, spread the toes wide, hug the toes in, maybe roll the ankles just a little bit. And then drawing awareness to our heels. We're gonna lift the heels off the floor, pressing the heels out towards the end of our mat, lengthening the legs just a little bit, and then draw the heels back down, soften the knees. Then draw awareness to your shoulders and your hips. Get that core engaged again. And then reach the arms up and overhead. Nice core engagement. Let those shoulder blades come back and home. And then from here, hinging at the hips. Nice long, long back. Just come forward to the space that feels right for you, and then just let go of the hands. Let them come down to the shins, the quads, maybe the side of the body. The hands truly are doing nothing here. They're just floating wherever they are at. So if it feels right to even turn the palms up, go ahead and go there. Just take a moment here to just lengthen the spine. Keep that core engaged. And then on an inhale, we're going to take the hands, draw them along the side of the body. When they come to almost about the hips, we're just going to hinge back up. And just taking a moment to breathe into your deeper Dandasana, maybe finding a little bit more comfort in this place. And then from here, we're going to just recline down onto the mat. So if it's in your practice to bend the knees a little bit to do that, you're welcome to go there. You're just going to articulate your spine down. Once you get here, if it feels right to take a full body stretch, let yourself do that. And then drawing the hands down along the side of the body on the mat, you're going to bring the feet to the floor, knees facing up. Keeping the hands along the side of the body on the mat, you're going to lift the knees up into your chest, using your core strength. Hands are still along the side. You're just going to rock side to side. From here, now you'll hug the knees into the chest. And then placing the feet back down on the floor, you're going to heel toe the feet out just wide enough so that the knees come together. And then drawing awareness into the arms, you're going to either take cactus arms or a T. Wherever the arms are at, you're going to gently roll over the feet, keeping the feet nice and wide, and you're coming into a traction twist here. We're going to keep the gaze up at the ceiling for just a couple breaths till you settle in here. And then if it feels right, then take the gaze over the left side. Inhaling the gaze back to the ceiling first, and then inhaling the knees up to center. Knees are going to come together. You're going to make any adjustments with the arms that you need to, and then let the knees go over to the left side. Feet are still staying wide. You're just rolling over the feet. Again, taking a moment to just adjust into the posture, find that stillness. You can keep this up at the ceiling, but if it feels right to take the gaze over to the opposite side, you're welcome to do so. Breathing deeply into the posture. Just start to notice right versus left, how each side might have been slightly different. Noticing again the spaces that were really open and happy first. Then on an inhale, you're going to take the gaze back up towards the ceiling. Take that exhale, and then on an inhale, you're going to bring the knees up one more time. We're just going to tent those knees. Then heel tapping the feet back in underneath the knees. You're gonna again use your core strength to lift those knees up into the chest. Once they get there, just let yourself maybe rock side to side, hands still along the side of the body. And then coming back to center and stillness, now maybe hugging those knees in a little more with the hands on the shins. And take some time here now to just rock the feet out, roll circles with the ankles. If it feels right to do some circles with the knees, go ahead and go there. Then if you have no neck or back concerns here, and you'd like to come up into that tiny little yoga egg, drawing the forehead up towards the knees, coming into that space of breathless. Then as you're ready to inhale, start releasing the body down onto the mat, gently placing the shoulders and the head first, gently releasing the arms from the legs, drawing the feet down to the floor as mindfully as you can. Maybe rocking the knees side to side in a windshield wiper. And then beginning to set yourself up for our deep relaxation shavasana. So if you need to grab hold of a blanket or an eye pillow, go ahead and go there. Taking time to settle into relaxation posture. Taking the time to move each of the legs individually. Letting the right leg find its comfort. Let the left leg find its comfort. Draw awareness into the right arm and place it along the body, what feels right for it. And then awareness of the left arm. Letting it be where it needs to be. And then draw your awareness back to your breath. Make any minor adjustments on the mat that you need to. Get the spine comfortable. Make sure the pelvis is neutral. Make sure the shoulder blades are also neutral on the mat. And then drawing awareness into the head, make sure that the chin is also neutral so the head rests comfortably on the mat. And then draw your awareness down to your feet. Allow yourself to curl your toes in so you draw tension into the feet. And then just let that tension go. Let the feet fully relax. Then draw awareness into your lower leg. Maybe tightening the calf just a little bit and then just let it relax on the mat. And then start to notice the connection of the lower leg to each foot. Resting comfortably, deeply relaxed. Then begin to draw your awareness into the space between the knee and the hip, the upper leg. Maybe tightening the quads, relaxing it, maybe tightening the hamstrings, relaxing them, and then just let the entire leg relax down onto the floor. Notice the lower half of the body in deep relaxation versus the upper half of the body. Then draw your awareness into your glutes. And just send the message to them. They don't need to work here now. Let them just relax down onto the floor of the mat. Then bring your awareness into your torso. See if you can relax the transverse abdominis, that muscle that wraps around the lumbar. Letting the lower back just relax a little. The low abs relax a little. Then move your awareness into your thoracic cavity. See if you can just get the rib cage to relax a little bit more on the mat. Starting to let that upper back relax. Letting the middle abs and chest relax. Noticing as this relaxation starts to happen, you may need a little more external rotation of the shoulders, allowing some space. Then draw awareness into the shoulder blades. On the back side of the body, see how much you can relax them down onto the mat. Then draw your awareness into both hands. Wherever they're at, see if you can make a nice tight fist with each hand. Notice the tension that's created not only in the hand, but the forearm. And then on an exhale, just let the hands go. Let the fingers open. Let the tension release off each of the fingertips. From the elbow through that forearm, down through the wrist, through all 10 fingers. Then draw your awareness into the upper arm. Allow yourself to just draw a little tension into the upper arm, in that bicep, the tricep, and then just let all that tension go. Let the upper arm join the lower arm and the hand in deep relaxation on the floor on your mat. Then draw your awareness into your shoulders. That space along the top, connecting to the neck. And on an exhale, just relax that space down. It may take a couple breaths here. We hold a lot of tension in this space. Be patient with yourself. Just start to notice the little releases as they happen. Then on your next inhale, imagine breath moving along the back side of the neck, massaging up and over the head and down to the forehead. Allowing a couple breaths here to come up and over and massage. Once the breath gets up to the forehead, just let the breath roll off the forehead, taking away any tension, rolling right off the temples. Smoothing out the space between the eyebrows, releasing any tension that the forehead might be holding. Then from here, allowing your next few breaths to just massage the rest of your face. Maybe a breath or two just rotates around each of the eyes, releasing tension. Let the breath roll off the side of the nose, taking tension away from the cheeks. Draw a breath in from the jaw space, maybe even opening and closing the mouth as that happens, releasing any tension from the jaw. And then let a breath cycle circle around the mouth, the lips, the upper lip, the lower lip, and the chin. And then one nice deep breath in and out that just massages the whole face, releasing any tension. Then drawing your awareness to the inside of your mouth. Allow yourself a moment to just wiggle the tongue. If it feels okay to take the tongue and just stick it out wide, stretching the tongue, releasing any tension, maybe even a deep. And then let the tongue settle right back into the mouth. But as it settles in, just let it float, not pushing on the top or the bottom, not pushing on the teeth, just floating there. And then allowing yourself now just a few moments in silence. Stepping into this space of relaxation and being the observer. Knowing that all your hard work is done. There is nothing left to do here, but to just be. As you hear the sound of the singing bowl, you start to notice your breath. Follow the sound until it disappears. As you're ready to bring yourself back into the space, allow yourself to deepen your inhales. and lengthen your exhales. Taking time to notice as you add more energy into your relaxed physical body, the subtle movement that your body wants to make. There's no right or wrong to this. Just tune your awareness inwards and just let it happen naturally as you build the breath. If the body is calling for a nice big full body stretch, just allow it to happen naturally. A deep inhale, reaching, stretching. Exhaling nice and long, releasing any tension, taking as many breaths here as you need to. And then when you're finished stretching, allow yourself to roll to your right side, coming into that fetal position. Taking the time here to, if it feels right, curl into the back a little bit more. Using that right arm as a pillow or a cradle for your head. As you step into this final seal of your practice today, this space of new beginnings. Maybe is there something from practice today that you can take off your mat into our very different everydays. And as you're ready to draw awareness into your left hand, spread those fingers nice and wide. And just let that left hand float down to either the floor or the mat that's in front of you. And just take a moment here as that hand settles in to just feel your strength. Knowing that strength is always there. It's just waiting for you to call upon it from within. Then taking your time and as you're ready, just putting a little bit more weight into that hand and making your way up to a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like today for you. And then drawing awareness into the hands, if you're comfortable bringing them to heart center, lengthening the spine one more time, getting that nice core engagement. I thank you all for the privilege of guiding you through this practice today. I hope the benefits of practice follow you into the rest of today, maybe the rest of your week. Be happy, be safe. You walk this earth always in loving kindness, at peace, in good health, and always at ease. From my heart to all of your hearts, namaste, yogis. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you, everyone. I miss seeing you all in person. I hope to see everyone soon.